Today on the channel, we celebrate the 4th of July with the Jakks TNA Legends of the Ring Ringside Collectibles exclusive, Sting.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jakks unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the TNA Legends of the Ring Ringside Collectibles exclusive, Sting. But for all your Ringside Collectible exclusive and all your wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get the deal out there. And this is one of those long game unboxings. And I saw this in my closet of long game unboxings, and I said, man, the 4th of July is here. Let's do it. Let's do this as a 4th of July unboxing. I think it works out pretty good with a patriotic packaging, patriotic Sting figure right here. And of course, everybody knows about the Jakks TNA Legends of the Ring line. We've talked about it a few times on the channel. We did deep dives on the entire line as well, so check those videos out if you did miss those. But of course, I already have a mint on card one. I'm part of the Double Up Club. You guys know I wanted a mint on card set of Jakks Class Superstars and a loose set, and I said, well, the sister line, the TNA Legends of the Ring, there's not a ton of figures. I'm going to do the same thing, so that's what brings this Sting into this unboxing video here today. And like I said, it is the 4th of July, so now is the time to unbox something like this. And of course, we're going to unbox it like we unbox everything else on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's check out the old packaging on this one. Of course, Ringside Collectible exclusive. Man, they've been going for a long time over there at Ringside. But a very cool looking Sting here. Soft goods, American jacket. Packaging with the flag going on. Just a very patriotic packaging design here. I really do like this one. Now, the figure we're going to talk about when we get them out of the packages, there's always a few head scratchers with this line, and this one's kind of part of all that. But the packaging, definitely very cool. I love that it's uniform packaging like classic Superstars, Legends of the Rings. The figures may be different, but the packaging style is the same, even though we got patriotic on this one here. Legends of the Ring on top looking good. Legends of the Ring on the side. It does say WrestlingFigures.com over here instead of Ringside Collectibles, anything like that, so a little bit different, but of course that leads you to Ringside, as we do know. Legends of the Ring over here, got that Sting little thing on the side as well, just like we saw on the bottom of the other side. Then the back, there's no cross-sell, anything like that with this being exclusive, but you got the old stinger there against the American flag, like a young Hacksaw Jim Duggan in a lot of ways. TNA Legends of the Ring. Bunch of jibber-jabber at the bottom, nothing special going on. So without further ado, let's get old Sting out of the package here. Let's see what all the fuss is about. And I tell you what, there's always fuss about Sting. Always fuss. There we go. Sting, goodbye. See you later. All right, Sting got his nameplate in tow. There he is, looking good. I'm going to pop him out. There it is. Bam. See you later once again. And the stinger is out of the package. Oh, I hear a little bit of that Jakks rattle. You guys have probably seen this. If you ever got Jakks figures, you find them loose or something, every once in a while you get a little rattle inside. I got a little of that Jakks rattle in there. It doesn't do anything against the figure, of course, but that means something internally isn't going the right way, the way you want it to go, that's for sure. But definitely it is Sting here, and one thing I was going to say here about the figures in the TNA Legends of the Ring line, for those that know and those that don't, I guess I'll share it. Of course, the original line was more Jakks Ruthless Aggression style. Then they kind of morphed into the Deluxe Aggression style, kind of a hybrid crossover between the lines, where then eventually the TNA line, the Deluxe Impact line, settled in on the deluxe style figures and moved away from the Jakks Ruthless Aggression style. But you do get some crossover figures. This one being in the Deluxe Aggression style packaging, or I should say figure, is what this one is like. But definitely a cool figure out of the package, and I don't think I've ever had this loose. I don't think I've ever had this in my hands loose before. So first time for everything. First time for everything here. First impressions, beautiful soft goods jacket. Maybe a little big, but definitely looking very, very cool, very patriotic, very 1990s patriotic too. I could see people wearing a jacket like this in the 90s. Kind of the fashion of the time, of course. Nice soft goods, but you got the stars all over. You got Velcro to tie up your jacket here, put it all in there. You got some nice silver in the collar, the white on the underside. You got blue underside. You got the stripes back here. You got some stars. You got all kinds of stuff going on. A very nice jacket. Feels kind of nice here, and then it gets to like a leathery feeling and then a cloth feeling. Really a lot of detail into a jacket like this, and I don't know if we'd ever see jackets like this in a modern Mattel figure, for example, as there's a lot of work being done on this figure here to get the jacket looking so nice. I'm going to pull the jacket off, though, so we can dive into this figure here, but man, just a beautiful, beautiful jacket. Very, very cool. Of course, the fringe on the end looking really nice. Just all around a really nice jacket here. Doesn't get much better than that in the wrestling figure game, that's for sure. But then we get the old Stinger himself out of the package, and let's look at this head sculpt here. All day long, I think you hand this to anybody that knows wrestling, they're going to say, oh, that's Sting. That's old Surfer Sting. Got that flat top kind of blonde hair going on, a trademark of Sting back in the day. No rat tail for Sting, so this must be early 90s Sting, somewhere around there. I always kind of get this one. This confused with Great American Bash Sting, which we did get a defining moments of, and we'll bring that out in a little bit. I believe this is a different era of Sting, or a different time frame, because this isn't quite what he wore for that match, but it's kind of where my head goes, of course, as a little kid. But I'll never forget him and Ric Flair when he won the title against Flair. I remember being a kid, of course, in the Midwest, we didn't have a lot of fans, that's putting it mildly, of WCW at the time in the early 90s. All my buddies, all my friends on the old playground, they were all about the WWF, of course, as was I, but I also wanted as much wrestling as I could get. But I was the only one watching WCW, so I was the only one on the Sting train, didn't have anybody to talk to about it, anything like that. But I remember the pay-per-view, you wouldn't find out till the next Saturday on WCW Saturday Night. There was no way to find out. There was no internet. There was no magazine going to come in time between there. And you would just sit there all week. And I remember just sitting there at school being like, man, or, you know, just in general for WCW pay-per-views. I think Great American Bash probably summertime, so I sat in my couch probably in front of the TV. But I remember at school just thinking all week, man, I wonder what happened at that pay-per-view. I wonder what happened. And a lot of times you would never hear what happened on the whole card because they wouldn't tell you on WCW Saturday Night. It would be months down the line. You might be lucky enough your local movie store would get a VHS copy. You could rent it, do whatever you need to do. But I just remember, gosh, did Sting win? Did Sting win the big one? Did he win it? I didn't have anybody to share the thought process with. Nothing. I was just a guy by myself with my own thoughts. Some things never change. Some things never change. But old Stinger, anyways, getting back to here. He's got the interesting makeup. I would say far from his most iconic. I think we'd all agree on that. But definitely Sting makeup going on there. Articulation, head, back, forth, side to side. We do got ab crunch, but man, it's tight. But there we go. I got a little bit of ab crunch action there. And I always do say these deluxe aggression figures, a lot of people say, oh, horrible hot garbage. Well, they are the link to the modern day Mattel figures. You can see it right here. Mattel just took away the overly cartoony, overly muscle proportions on this, and they shrunk it down, and that is the difference. So without these, would we have Mattel Elites? Probably, but this was the forefather. There's no doubt about it. Arms go all the way around. You do got a bicep cut, single jointed elbows, back forth, side to side on the old hands there. Got a little white wrist tape action, some painted fingers with some wrist tape there. Big old splits. Uh-oh, that was my rattling around. I just did the big old splits, and a little piece of plastic fell out of his crotch. Look at that. I don't know about that. That's very strange, but it doesn't seem to affect anything. Very strange, but yeah, just a little piece of plastic kind of broke off in there on his crotch. Ooh, getting dangerous in Sting's crotch right there. Looking interesting. Then you get the thigh cut. Double jointed knees, looking good there. No boot cut, but you do get ankles up, down, side to side, back and forth. Usual suspects right there. No holes in the feet, so no stand test for this old Sting figure here. But oh man, I thought things were going south. Thought we were going to break, but we should be okay with this Sting figure. Very, very interesting, but a very big Sting figure. But if you're collecting deluxe Impact figures, you're collecting deluxe aggression figures, he's going to fit right in with that whole scenario, that whole team, the whole set, whatever you want to call it. This is definitely a good figure, definitely a patriotic figure. I got to think if you're doing a top 10 wrestling patriotic figures of all time, this might be on your list somewhere in there, that is for sure. But thinking of patriotic Sting figures, we go to Mattel, we go to that defining moments I was talking about. A very good one of Sting's most iconic outfits of all time. There is no doubt about it here. Definitely looking good there in the defining moments. And then we actually got this Sting in the Mattel line. A lot of people maybe missed out or forgot about this. This was a Fan Central Basic Undertaker 2-pack. Very interesting, but you got Undertaker and Sting together, but it's basically this Sting in a Mattel style. So we did get this. I guess you could put this jacket on him. Maybe I'll try that real quick, see how we look. I think it'll be a little bit too big for the Stinger here. But you could dress this up. Maybe you found this at a yard sale, garage sale, toy shop, something like that. Let's say you just found the jacket. Well, here you go. You can put it on the Stinger, and he could be off to the races in that jacket. Actually, it's not terrible. Definitely not terrible. I mean, it's close. It's close enough. I think that's all right. I could straighten it up a little bit more, but it could be done if you really wanted to. So an interesting one here. But an interesting Sting figure. Is it the best Sting figure of all time? I don't know about that, but it is still a very cool Sting figure. One I think a lot of people have kind of forgotten about over time. Not a lot of love for the TNA Legends of the Ring line. I think one of these days it'll have a little bit of a renaissance, and it was definitely an interesting period in wrestling figure collecting history there. Losing the Jax license, of course, or I should say WWE losing the Jax license, of course. Ruthless Aggression figures going away, Adrenaline figures, all that. Them jumping over to Mattel. Well, Jax went to TNA, and we got stuff like this, and to mixed results, I think, is best laid plans right there. But Sting, 4th of July, did anything go better? I don't think it does. Somebody get me a hot dog. Somebody get me some fireworks. Somebody get me my Stinger TNA Legends of the Ring. But what say you about this Sting? Easy pickup, easy pass. Did you get this back in the day? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to subscribe to this very YouTube channel. We got videos every single day. Don't forget to like it. Give it the old thumbs up when you're here. Like another great American patriot, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Give it the old ho. And then, of course, don't forget about the Patreon channel. Your best way to support the channel with early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, all that fun stuff over there. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget to hit me up on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Sting and the 4th of July, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.